Alright guys, WebSoak here. Today we have the 9th Avenue subway station. Today we are joined by Trainrider Railfan. He'll be
Hi,
trying to join throughout the video. You can see filling up chat there.
my computer is garbage.
So, 9th Avenue. This is a West End local station on the D line. Also
West End
special
Express Station. It's a West End Express station. The express track stops there.
special thanks to Trainrider for actually going to this station and getting reference footage. Here is the lobby or mezzanine area. Okay, so over here you can get 2 minecarts instead of 1. The reason for this is just because the command blocks are actually touching each other, so they both get set off when you press one. And here is the entry sign. So entry D, you have these angled turnstiles. This station is built at a 3 angle. That means it goes 3 blocks and then it shifts over. That was
So
weird.
we did the best we could.
We did the best we could. When the angles start to get this extreme, although believe me, this isn't the worst it can get, but when they start becoming like this, it can drastically impact the station, especially the staircases and signs. So over here you have this area. So there is 9th Avenue, which goes above us. You have this. Maybe Trainrider wants to tell us a bit more about these. There's these staircases that go down
So
to a lower level.
3 staircases, 2 on one platform and 1 on the other platform that lead to the lower level. The lower level has a similar track and platform layout to the upper level, and it was used for train overline on Ditmas Ave until 1975.
Over here, we have some crossovers. You can cross over here illegally and get yelled at, but it's not really fenced off. I think it just says do not
There's no
cross.
fence or anything in the way, except for at the end of the over there, because that goes into 38th Street Yard. But you could just go up here, and there would be nothing physically stopping you. But there could be an employee who sees you and is like, "Hey, get down from there."
Yep, but
This station is kind of interesting because of the layout of the streets and all the tracks in the area. It actually only has one entrance, that one head house on 9th Ave.
right over there. So if you are fortunate enough to be able to get up here, you have this nice view of these flyover tracks which go towards the 38th Street Yard. You can see the yard isn't actually built on this world, but those are there just because, you know, they go on the D tracks, and it would not be proper without them being there. So over here, if you've not heard the D train announcements going towards Manhattan at this stop, which you probably have never heard in person, here they are.
This is a Manhattan-bound D train. The next stop is 36th Street.
Alright, so those are those. Obviously, as you just heard, it goes towards 36th Street. If you didn't already know that, now you do. I will also point out that the platform is tapered here. So this means that the width of the platform changes. So you can see on this side it widens out, whereas on this side it narrows out slightly. And we did just illegally jump over the tracks again, but it's Minecraft, so what's it matter? I have also already placed in signals at this station. You can see there's a red one right there. D trains usually go pretty slow in this area, if I'm correct, so there's some timers there to slow you down. Come over here, you can see the other end of the platform. It's also cool how this station is built as sort of a trench. Sort of a ground level station with a hill on the side and a lot of foliage over here. See these trees? Resembles OpenBV, how it is built here, but that's not really a problem for me because this is basically OpenBV and Minecraft, except you can't really control the speed of the trains. So here, if you've never heard them, here are the Coney Island bound announcements. These ones sound very nice compared to the other direction anyway.
This is a Coney Island, Stillwell Avenue bound D train. The next stop is Fort Hamilton Parkway.
So that is the announcement towards Fort Hamilton Parkway, which is the next stop south of this one. You can see over there, takes a very sharp turn, which results in trains going very slow, heading in and out of this station. You can over there you can see the elevated section, and it's already got signals there. And I've already started Fort Hamilton Parkway as well. And you can see these little house things. Do you know what these are called? With these red roofs? The things you built?
I have no idea what they're called. It's like I think they're just like storage boxes, and they just make them look nice like that. But I don't think your shaders like them very much. That
Probably
looks kind of
not.
strange.
Yeah, it does look a little strange on this side. But then again,
It's an interesting choice to have the announcements be an R160B. I had always thought that if they put R160s on the D, they would be R160As. But I guess that doesn't really make any sense.
wait, how can you tell the difference?
It's just the voice they use is different.
No, that's the voice for the D. Is that? No, I think that's the same voice as the N. Is it not?
Never mind.
All right, tell me about that later then, because I'm curious. So here you have route signs. Diamond X came on and put these in. So Coney Island, Stillwell Avenue, D.
That D doesn't quite look like a circle.
All right, so we'll just go back over here. Sort of better. There's probably better ones out there on this map, but I don't know where they are. All right, so we'll go over to the other area. I'll also point out there's a new style of pillars here for these elevated style pillars. I was actually just going to use full-sized pillars for these, but as you can see, I decided to create a new pillar shell, I guess, because you can change the colors of these. So let's head over back to the other side. I think Trainrider has some more stuff he'd like to say about this side.
So on the right here, there's the 2 tracks coming out from the lower level, and then on the left, there's only one. So the platforms on the lower level have an odd shape because of that. Then they all come up to the same level where they meet, and there's a big junction, because it used to be that West End trains would use the subway, and Culver trains from the lower level would use the 5th Avenue elevated. So originally, there were ramps further back that way that would take trains up onto the 5th Avenue elevated, but towards the end of its life, yes, those ramps right there. But then later, it started being that elevated trains would run up through 38th Street Yard, where there was a connection onto the elevated, and that's how the 5th Avenue Culver trains ran later. So there's just, the junction was set up so that pretty much any of the tracks could go to any of the other tracks, and there were a lot of them.
Yep. You can also see over here, bunch of signals slow you down just like in OpenBV. If you guys have ever played the D route in OpenBV, you know how it is over here. It's stocked full of signals. Let's see, there's a red one there. There is a slight bend right here. This is kind of annoying because if you look at this from over here, it is noticeable. It's a 1 block bend. Very annoying.
Oh man,
but
that hurts to look at.
yeah, very painful. But it had to be there because of this track. So it had to taper there. Alright, so that'll be it for 9th Avenue. We'll head back out here to the exit. Alright. So that's all for 9th Avenue. So if it was not made obvious by now, we are going to be working on the West End line, hopefully line. Did I just say West End line? West End line. And we are going to be finishing it, hopefully.
West End line?
No, I accidentally said West End lined. With a D at the end of the word. Lined.
West End lined.
West End lined. West. So yeah, we're going to be finishing the West End lined. And
the East.
The Western, the BMT Western division. And hopefully it's in a reasonable amount of time. Whatever is reasonable for an unreasonable world. And yeah, I am WebSoak, joined by Trainrider. Go subscribe to his channel after you subscribe to mine. Hit the like button on this video.
Subscribe to his post.
Leave a comment for the YouTube algorithm, even if you have nothing to say and you just thought the video was awesome. Just leave a comment for the algorithm. I am WebSoak, joined by Trainrider, and I am out. Bye.